Aloha, everybody. It's a beautiful day for us to gather and recommit to fighting for the rule of law. And I tell you, we definitely have our work cut out for us. I do have a few remarks here. You know, democracy is under attack. We know this. That's why you're here. Democracy is attacked. And the rule of law, checks and balances, are what makes our democracy work. And that is what makes a democracy different from all other forms of government. But we do not have a rule of law when you have a president who doesn't believe the rule of law applies to him. We do not have checks and balances when the Congress and the executive are pretty much controlled by one person. That would be Trump, who does not believe the rule of law applies to him. So what's happening is every single day this regime, and I call it a regime because of its authoritarianism, engages in acts of illegality, whether it's illegal tariffs, illegal war, illegal immigration enforcement, you name it. They are very busy disregarding the rule of law. And so when Pam Bondi came to testify before the Judiciary Committee, and I said to her, for one thing, Trump believes, well, at that time she's no longer there, but he believes that she is his personal lawyer, and the Department of Justice is not independent. He considers it his law firm. So I said to her, you are not running an independent Justice Department. You are running a Department of Retribution and Revenge. She didn't dispute that. Wow. Okay, that's one of the few times that maybe they kind of acknowledge the truth. So you have thousands of lawyers, experienced lawyers who have left the Department of Justice. It has been hollowed out of people who actually go after white collar crimes, who enforce our civil rights laws, and so many of them are now very busy trying to do the kind of immigration reform that is ending up with thousands of people being locked up with no due process of law. So thousands, thousands of lawsuits, habeas corpus cases, cases that try to stop Trump from withholding funding for contracts that have already been approved by the administration, millions and millions of dollars that have been appropriated by Congress. So it makes my head spin every single day, the overt lawlessness of this regime. So, frankly, this is where, oh, let's not forget the Supreme Court decision. We're standing here. And I mean, look at this edifice. Aren't they supposed to be protecting our rights and privileges and protecting voting rights and all that? Not this Supreme Court majority. I think it's kind of, what is it, telling that we're here. But just a few days ago, you all know that they pretty much eliminated the last vestiges of the Voting Rights Act that protect minority voting. So we have to fight back. And I'm glad as I was standing here waiting for my turn to speak, I met some people who, as a result of the lawlessness that, especially Trump too, that there are people out there who are organizing. Barbara, there's a person I met named Barbara. Where is she? Okay, there she is. So there are many groups that are forming and have formed uh, to protest. And to file lawsuits to do all the things that we lawyers are trained to do. We are trained to be advocates. We are not trained to be sitting on our asses. So, if there was ever a time for us to fight for democracy, this is it, folks. And I figure since you guys are here and the sun is really nice and all that, but you each, uh, I hope, has made a commitment to do something very specific. You may be involved in one of the many lawsuits that have been filed to protect our voting rights. I mean, so maybe some of you are working with Mark Elias. Maybe you're working with all these groups. That every single one of you and whoever you can reach out to needs to make a commitment to protect the rule of law, the checks and balances that are completely under assault. And that is what I'm asking. This is a call to action day. And I will keep on doing everything I can as a member of the Judiciary Committee to fight back against the lawlessness of this regime. But we are uh, strong in numbers. And frankly, I was supposed to go back to, not that I'm patting myself on the front like that, but I was supposed to go back to beautiful Hawaii today. And instead, I'm here with you guys. All right, so let's fight back, people. And by the way, I know this is a sort of a nonpartisan gathering, but we're all committed to the rule of law. And I also suggest to everybody that as we face the horrible illegality every day of this regime, we should be doing something that restores our souls, that enables us to keep going, to fight back. And one of the things I do, and I gave Barbara and some of my other friends there, I make these bracelets. I make 5 of these every day. These are my WTF bracelets. I have passed out hundreds of these, and I've gotten to the point where I wear a whole array of them because I run into wonderful people who are of like minds who will wear this bracelet as a protective talisman against the illegality of this regime. So I still have some left. If any of you would like to be part of the WTF Ohana, that's family, extended family, come up to me and I will give them to you. But meanwhile, fight, fight, fight.